This video is about SAP security interview questions. I'm a SAP security and GRC consultant currently. Currently, I'm working in a multinational company, so which is confidential, so I cannot disclose it. So, so first of all, we will cover SAP security interview questions, and in another video, we will continue SAP GRC interview questions. Yeah. So, first question will be what what you do daily. I mean, what are your daily tasks? Sequence can be changed. So, what are your daily tasks? Always, I will not put all the questions. So I will just pick answers. So daily task should be monitoring. So you must be if you are monitoring or not. Monitoring, daily meeting, or shift handovers. Okay, meetings with clients. Yeah, this can be neat. So what you did something else. So you must have good knowledge on role types. So question should be like explain roles and what is its types. So first of the role types are single roles, derived, composite roles. So these are the roles. So yeah. So before all, so first question would be what is security? What is SAP security? So what is SAP security? So anybody knows, guys? Yeah. So just for some time, just imagine what is SAP security, what we do really in SAP security, what is the purpose of SAP security, and why security is there, why security exists. So what is its actual work? We have to figure it out. So, so mainly SAP. So first of all, we will cover it that SAP is used by big organizations. Okay, to for SAP is used by organizations to store critical data or assets. You can say anything, data or assets. Yeah, you can say this. Yeah. So all this data against unauthorized unauthorized access originating from like internal and external threats. So so that is the work we do here, guys. So, so it must be in this video. must be protected using SAP security. So that is the work we do, guys. So system applications and product security is a method for protecting SAP systems from unauthorized access within a distributed environment, whether users are accessing the system locally or remotely. So that is the SAP security, and SAP security mechanism should be in a place to prevent any risk to the SAP system. SAP security provides access to data where it is needed to prevent access where it is not within the SAP system. So generally we can say that SAP security is all about giving rights to users, giving accesses to users, giving authorizations to users. So we can say that SAP security is all about giving. So yeah, SAP security is all about giving business users right access permissions based on their roles and authority. Yes. So in order to ensure that your SAP system remains protected and works properly, it is crucial to have a good internal security access process in place. The SAP security solution covers diverse authentication methods, network and communication security, database security, as well as protecting standard users and various other practices that should be followed as part of maintaining your SAP environment. Yeah. So another question would be, uh, so we will discuss this later. So I will comment it out. Uh, okay. So second question should be, what what different layers, I mean, what are the layers, what are the different layers of SAP security? So what are the layers of security in SAP? So first one is authentication. So authentication is what? So it verifies the user and only authorized users should be permitted access to the system. So we can say only authorized user should be permitted access to SAP system should be. Yes. So second one is authorization. So authorization is what? That we use to user by roles and profiles. That is the authorization. So the SAP system can authorize users only to access SAP based on the roles and profiles they have been assigned. Authorization is based on roles and profiles that we assign specific user. So third, oh sorry, there are a lot of them. So integrity again counts integrity. Yes. So integrity is what? So it is vital to ensure that integrity of data at all times. Integrity means accuracy, consistency, validity. It should be static. So you can say it is vital to ensure integrity, consistency data. So again it comes privacy. So what is privacy? It keeps data safe, simple. So obligation. Last one is obligation. So the important points are authentication and authorizations. So which we must tell to the interviewer. So when the interviewer asks this question, we have to ready with these answers. So see, if you miss this last three layers of SAP security, then it's okay. But about two must be must be spoken by. So so what is obligation? So securing the company's liability and legal obligations towards stakeholders and shareholders as well as validating them. So securing, securing, securing company's liability and legal obligations. That's it, guys. I think it is okay. So third question is so what are the types of users? So I think we do not have discussed it yet. So what are the types of users? So types of users are, so how is defined? I mean, when see in SAP system, when an administrator creates a new user ID, he has to specify the type of user this user ID should be assigned to. Okay, so when we are creating user ID through SAP 01, we have to mention we must have to mention the type of the user ID. So it is mandatory. So user in a system can be categorized according to their purposes. So this allows different security policies to be specified for different types of users. So a security policy may, for example, specify that a human user, like end user, who executes tasks interactively needs to change their passwords regularly. Whereas this requirement does not apply to users who are running jobs in the background. So following are some type of users. See, I will specify the types of users. See, first one is so I will first one is dialog user. So dialog user is what? So dialog user is represents human users are also called users like in users. So users. So these are the users. So this user type is needed for individual interactive session in the SAP. When a user has dialog user type, the system checks their expiring or initial passwords, enable them to change their passwords, and checks the multiple logins. That is the dialog user. So the second one is system user. So what is system user? Users with this type of can be perform system activities such as background processing. So activities these users perform background processing, application link enabling, enabling workflows, etc. This system user does not allow interactive access to the system. When a user has to serve when a user has the service user type, the system won't check expired initial passwords. Only user administrator can change the password and multiple logins are allowed. Yeah. So when a user has the service user type, the system will not check expired and initial passwords. Only user administrator can change the password and multiple logins are allowed. Yeah, you can say multiple logins are allowed. Okay. So system user is done, dialog user is done, yeah, service user. So Service user type generally represent a larger user community and allow. This user type facilitates guest access or the ability to connect to remote systems with session rights. When a user has the service user type, the system won't check the expired initial password. Only a user administrator can change the password and multiple logins are allowed. So, so the service user type generally represent a larger community and allow. This user facilitated guest access. So and ability to connect, communicate or connect with the guest access. So these are the service users. When the system won't check the expired initial password, remember only a user administrator can change the passwords and multiple logins are allowed. So fourth one is communication user. So communication user it enables dialogue-free interaction or communication between systems. Dialogue logon cannot be done with this. As you see, you cannot log in with this type of user type. Okay, so dialogue-free interaction, dialogue-free interaction between systems. So we cannot log in with the user. So last one is reference user. So what is reference user? Rather than assign roles individually to user, a reference user is created to hold a selection of roles that are to be assigned to a larger group of users. If you need to create a large number of users in your system with the same authorization assigned, you can use this method. So what is the reference user? So guys, um, again I'm saying, so rather than assigning roles individually to each user, a reference user is created to hold a selection of roles that are to be assigned to a larger group of users. If you need to create a large number of users in your system with the same authorization assigned, you can use this method. So reference user is what? Suppose, yeah, you already know, guys. There's no need to explain. Yeah. So to type anything. So I will go to fourth question. So what are the SAP security records? Security records. Okay. So so where I'm working. So first one is 01, which is daily use, PFCG, PFUD, AC16, so IM, ST01 or ST authorized. So and SU24, SU21, and another one like yes, SU10 should be here 10. So PFUD, yeah, PFUD is there. So what is left? Yeah, SCM01 to log the transactions. SCM01 EWZ5, EWZ5, which we used it earlier to log the users. RZ10 and RZ11, RZ10, RZ11. So that's it. That's the tables which we use. So next we will go through next question. So how many types of users are there for background jobs? Actually, I got this question by googling. How many types of users are there for background jobs? Is there a way to troubleshoot problems that a background user faces? See, so, so if the user types of background jobs are, mean, when we schedule a background job, so to log in, the user should be system user or communication user. So users with system user type can perform certain system activities such as background processing, application link enabling workflows, and communication user it enables dialogue-free interaction or communication between systems. Dialogue logon cannot be done with this type of user. We can schedule background jobs using the SM36 code, which is I think which is the basis part. We view background jobs by SM37 code and troubleshoot problems for background user is ST0. Yes, so here we also use SM37 so to booking. So the second question will be how to should how to troubleshoot if the user how to troubleshoot if the user is facing some authorization issues. So guys, first of all, we will ask user for AC50 screenshot, and if this not helps, then you will turn trace. So that's what I do. Okay, and, stitch or start trace. Yes. So, do you know guys how to check table logs? What tables will use? So the first thing we need to do is make sure that logging is enabled or not for this table, and we can check this by using tcode SC13. Then, if the table logins are enabled, we can view the history of the table by using SU3. So this is not we done to actually. I mean, so explain the concept of roles and authorizations. So that is important concept and functions. So in SAP, roles and mechanisms are the mechanisms allows execute transactions a secure way. Okay, each role in SAP requires each role in SAP requires authorization in order to execute. There are several different types of standard roles in SAP for and scenarios. Yeah. So in addition, user-defined role can be created based on project scenarios. The SAP system grants access to user based on roles stored in their user master. PFCG is the T code for maintaining roles and authorization data. So generally, we add authorization object in a role. So say authorization and the roles are interlinked together. So when we add T code in any role, then the authorization objects from SU24 will be fetched in PFCG. Yeah. So that is the concept. So the seventh question is, so types of roles. So what we discussed here, I think good knowledge in role types here. So the types of roles. What are the what are types of roles? So single role, first of single role, derived role, and composite role. Single role, derived role. That's it. So what is single role? So single roles typically contain all authorization objects as well as field values required to execute the transaction that the role contains. The term single role is commonly used to refer to a job position-based role assignment. So in such cases, the single role includes all authorizations required for a user's position or job. So derived roles is what roles can also be derived from single roles. In derived roles, there is a parent or master role and more child roles that differ only in their organization values from each other. And composite role is what you can group multiple single roles together to make a composite role. By assigning only the composite role, you can directly assign multiple single roles to use. Yes. So that's the concept. So in which remember guys, single roles typically contain all authorized objects as well as field values. So uh, is there a way to add a missing authorization? So that should be a question. Let's discuss there. How to add missing authorization. So as I discussed earlier here, where is it? Yeah. So authorization measures. So that is the same question I think, but now we will discuss it. So SU53 is the best to go to find authorizations that are missing. So there may be, see, there may be times that this T-code is required to SAP troubleshooting. We can then insert those missing authorizations. The T-code PFC is the T-code format. See, if I will ask user for dot for missing authorizations, we ask user for SAP for missing authorizations. Then I will look for role by role through. I will look for a role from CY code. If there is no role available, we can create a new role. Same users, same user needs that access in production as well. That's it, guys. So, what is the segregation of duties in SAP security? So, segregation of duties refers to segregation duties or roles between different users. A SOD involves separating individuals who handle different steps of business transaction in order to reduce fraud and errors. So, the SAP SOD is an essential Internal control system meant to minimize the risk of errors and irregularities, identify problems, and ensure the onset and remedial actions. All of them can be achieved by making sure that no single person controls all phases of transaction. So let's say that the process of disbursing the money is preceded by a series of steps. As a first step, a business manager usually drafts a purchase order that outlines how a vendor will be paid for the product or service. So that one vendor must be approved by the purchasing department before payment can be made. A senior manager will usually approve the purchase order. An invoice for products and services must then be issued by the vendor. Prior to signing a check, a person from the account payable department needs to approve the invoice. The following diagram illustrates the basic procurement process. Actually, I'm seeing a diagram, so I will not discuss it here. So you guys all know the segregation of duties in SAP Security. So it is the, or, I mean, segregating duties or roles between different users. So do you know guys how to create a user group? So user group created is by SUGR transaction. Then I will when you go to SUGR, then you will see a new screen session, and then you have to click on create button, new user group button, and then ID description, click save, and then user group will be created. So the roles template. So actually we do not use a roles template, and they will not ask. So guys, do you know the difference between role and profile? Difference between role and profile. So role is essentially a combination of transactions and authorizations stored in a profile. Profiles associated with a role can vary a number of depending on the number of transactions and authorizations that you are contained within a role. As soon as you generate a role, is automatically to sub-profile. So a role essentially and what is the profile. You guys read out with me, so you will understand. So as soon as you generate as soon as you generate a role, it automatically creates a file. So so the maximum. So next question will be maximum of number of profiles role and maximum number of objects per role. So a role can have max profiles and 170 objects. Okay. So which reports or programs are useful for regenerating SAP all profiles? So for this RSU, so this is not important, but okay. SU21 can be used to manually generate SAP all profile. SU21 will be there. So guys, difference between USUBTC and USUBTBXC. So these are the two tables. this is not important. I mean this is not asked by the organizer or interviewer. So these are the questions, guys. So there are a lot of questions we have to figure it out which are these questions. So we will end up here, wind up here. So I will attach somewhere. I will attach a link in description box. This should be a website link, so you can go through this, read this, and study it. Best guys for your interview, and I will add another questions and in next video. Thank you, guys. So this will be a long